Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It is week 2 of September, and all through September, we are talking about initiative. If you remember from last week, initiative is seeing what needs to be done and doing it. There's 2 parts. First, you have to see what needs to be done, and then you have to actually take care of it. Last week is our bottom line. We talked about how Nehemiah knew a wall needed to be rebuilt, and so he did it. He took it upon himself to do it. He didn't wait for someone else to get the job done. He saw what needed to be done and took care of it right away. This week, we continue in our story with Nehemiah, if you've already watched it, and you'll see that Nehemiah sees what needs to be done. He's looking for a way to make things right. Now, we're going to have an interesting task for today. I need you to get a couple cups that won't break if they fall, and a couple rubber bands, and then you also need a couple paper clips. And I need you to build a pyramid. And now that would be super easy if you could just build a pyramid right like this. Oh, it's so fancy. Wow, Becca, this is such a hard task. I can't believe. Done. Super easy. Right? Except for this time, I need you to build a pyramid without touching the cups with your hands. Take a moment. How in the world are you going to build a pyramid when you can't touch the cup with your hands? Now, some of you are already taking your shoes and your socks off, and you're going to be like, I'm going to use my feet. That's fine. That's a creative way to solve your problem. But I challenge you to also find a way to use your rubber bands and your paper clips, because you can touch these. I'll give you a couple minutes. You can watch me try it, some incredibly funny things, or you can just pause the video and we'll come back for the end for the debrief. Maybe I should have unstacked them before he said go. Make sure when you start that all your cups are in front of you and not stacked up, because I just found out that was a really difficult way to start the game. Ready, set, go. Using only a rubber band. All right, now I'm going to try and see if I can do it with the paper clips and the rubber bands. Let's see. And go. No. Oh no! Oh, okay, that worked. I was able to do it! Were you able to do it? Oh, I just shook my whole table, but the pyramid stands. It was really fun to try this interesting and creative challenge because you had to look at the rubber bands and the paper clips in a way that maybe you hadn't seen them before. I mean, you had all the materials, but you had to use them in a different way than maybe what you previously thought about them to do the task together. And that's kind of what Nehemiah was going through. When he was building the wall, he ran into other problems too, like broken corridors, broken doors. He encountered people who said that they were being mistreated, and he could have just tried his best to done the wall and only the wall and just waited for someone else to fix that other problem. But Nehemiah showed initiative. He saw that there was something that needed to be done, and he looked for a way to make it right. So instead of just focusing on just the cups or just the rubber bands or just the paper clips, Nehemiah looked at the whole thing. And he looked for a way to make it right. He went and he visited some of his neighbors' houses. He heard their stories of ways they were being mistreated. And he looked for a way to make things right for everyone. There were probably other people in Nehemiah's community that knew that there was a problem, that knew some neighbors were getting mistreated. But not everyone, like Nehemiah, took time to look at the problem and to look for a way to make things right. And because he looked for a way to make things right, he was able to help be a part of the solution and solving the problem for his neighbors, and then go back to building the wall. There are a lot of things that are broken and wrong in our world today, and we as Christians have the opportunity to partner with God and to be a part of making things right. But we need to look and listen and see what's broken. We need to see what the problem is if we ever get to be part of the solution. So looking is the first part. What do you see that is broken? What are some things that need to be made right in our world today? How can you partner with people who are being mistreated? How can you stand up for people who don't feel like they're being listened to? There's a story from when I was a 6th grader, so just a little older than some of you are now. And there a bunch of kids in my class were writing secret notes to a girl, pretending that they were a guy who had a crush on her. And they were making fun of her behind her back when she was getting excited. And I found out that it was going on, and I had a choice to ignore the problem and to let someone else be part of the solution. I could have just waited for someone else to handle it. Instead, I am happy to say I took initiative, and I was able to have a very difficult conversation with my friend and gently tell her that she was part of a prank unknowingly. And I had got to have another difficult conversation when some of my friends were mad at me for telling her about it. And I was able to look right at them and say, and I would do the exact same thing for you. Solving a problem or being part of the solution isn't always easy, but it does make the world better. So listen, look for things that you can help make right in this world and be part of the solution. Because God gave you initiative. Because God wants this world to be even better than it is and even closer to the home we have waiting for us in heaven. And as Christians, we get to be a part of that here on this world. That is exciting. I'll see you next week.